All right. Oh, God. Okay. Now, everybody touch off. There we are. Okay. Look. It's cold. It was. Ah, crap. Did I lose it? I lost it. What is it? Oh no. Oh no. Hello, anybody and everybody who is joining me now. Just, relaxing for now because we did our DoorDash for the morning. So we don't have any DoorDash for now. So all we're doing is really waiting till 10 when the staff for the gym will be there. And when the staff for the gym shows up, we'll be able to apply for a gym membership so that we can not have to rely on other people to have to take a shower. Which it'll be nice to take another shower today. Because today's a little extra cold. Like, supremely cold. So much so that I have the car on, and I have to have the heater on for a little bit, so I don't fucking freeze. I even had to go out wearing double layers today because it was so freaking cold. Either way, I do appreciate those of you that are here hanging out. Thank you so much. And I hope everybody is having a good morning. Appreciate those of you that are here joining me for just hanging out. And what's up, Dalton? Making sure everything looks as comfy as it needs to look. Excuse me. You broke your foot. I'm sorry to hear that, Dalton. Hopefully you went to the doctor for that because, broken foot doesn't necessarily sound like something you can take care of on your own. Just saying. I'm sorry for you, though. I am. That's not fun. Yo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How are y'all doing? We're just having a Bake the Wake session. And we're waiting for it to be 10 o'clock so that we can go to we'll go get our gym membership and all that. So we're just here hanging out and doing our thing, talking to y'all and doing whatever. I apologize that we don't really have any background music, but I don't really have the means for background music seeing as I live in my car. What's up, Benjamin? Well, I appreciate that sub. And of course, for those of you who don't know, as it stands, because we are living in our car, we are doing we're doing nighttime reading streams. So at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we will be doing a reading of the next chapter of The Dragons. And once it is December 24th, we'll be able to get access back on TikTok. So once we're back on TikTok, we'll start the reading there. Well, I appreciate that, Noobish. I do. You're new to the channel? Well, welcome, Benjamin. I always appreciate new people showing up. It's all good, man. I know. Touchscreens are nobody's friend. So when you try to spell with a touchscreen, there's a lot of chances where there'll be issues. So I get it. Did you eat your entire choo-choo? You still have a little bit left. Alright, well, I got warm quick, too. We can't keep the heater on for too long in the car because then it gets too warm. Yes, that is my Mocha. She is my companion as we are living in our car, doing our best trying to make it work. But yeah, that's my Mocha. Well, seeing as I live in my car, I do not have Fortnite. No. Yeah. She's my little buddy. Aren't you? Aren't you my buddy? Yeah. I love you too. I love you. I do. I don't stop loving you just because I stopped petting you for 5 seconds. Well, Benjamin, if you do want to donate, which I don't expect anyone to ever do, even the consideration is something that I do appreciate. I do have links in my bio, such as my GoFundMe, my my Cash App, and my PayPal. Even just sharing those around is something that I would greatly, very much so appreciate, and just your consideration is something I appreciate. But I do not expect people to donate. I don't. But I thank you even so. Be right back. I'm on low percentage. Hey, I get it. Oh, yeah. Little morning. Little morning bake is where it's at. No, I have something for you. Because you've been such a good girl. Yeah. I think I have something for you. I do. I do. I have something for you because you've been such a good girl. That's another thing that I need to buy today. So I need to buy khakis for my work uniform today. And then I also need to buy some back. I need to buy some scissors because I don't have scissors. All right, baby. That's for you. You want it? Here you go. Yeah. Take it. Take it. I was able to get a bone for her yesterday, so I didn't give it to her yesterday, but I'm gonna give it to her tonight because she did so good in the car last night. Yeah, you did. You did so good. It'll be something to keep her mind right, or keep her mind occupied. She is. She's in case you're wondering, she is a German Shepherd and Australian Shepherd mix. She's my baby. I do love her. She's the closest friend that I've got right now. And she's the reason why I'm trying to she's one of the only reasons, other than y'all, my community, that are the reasons why I'm trying my best to just keep pushing forward and figure this out. Because I want to make sure that I can get a roof over her head. That's the one thing that, well, that is the biggest problem right now that I have no idea how I'm going to face, to be honest. You know, I have a job now that's set. My car maintenance is pretty much set. I have a bank account. I have a P.O. box. I'm going to go get my, I'm going to go get my, what's it called? I'm going to go get a gym membership so I can take a shower every day now. I'm going to go buy the rest of my things that I need for my work uniform. And so we got all that figured out. The only thing I don't got figured out is how the hell I'm going to get a roof over my head, because I just don't know how I'm going to figure that one out. Are you happy? Happy? You know, ultimately when it comes down to it, I find happiness where I can. You know, in the small things that do make me happy. In eating something that is tasty. In watching Mocha have fun. In enjoying a bowl here and there. And being able to have a live and talk with y'all. But people have this misconception when it comes to happiness. They think that happiness is 100% all the time, every day, every single second. And only then, when you feel that, are you happy. But that's just not true. Happiness is in increments, and is in moments, and it is what we recognize and what we choose to perceive. Just like despair, just like hatred, just like anger, just like sadness. These are all parts of perception of what we see in our world. And it is a choice that we make, subconsciously or consciously. But it is no matter what, though, it does not take away from the fact that it is a choice that we have to eventually be accountable for. We can't always seek happiness, but we can't always fall to all emotions. What we need is to find a balance and an understanding that it is all part of what life is. The good, the bad, and everything in between. I see too many people chasing after this existential need to be happy all of the time. And it stems from this unnecessary culture of immediate gratification. But life isn't about immediate gratification. In my experiences, more often than not, that immediate gratification leads you down to a road of feeling empty and unfulfilled. So around my car, you know, it's not much. The front seat is set up for me to drive. That eventually is going to get replaced with a drawer system so that I can have a better organization for my clothes. This is going to have an organizational area. This is where I keep my fun stuff and my tools. This is where food, snacks, and bathroom stuff are, which is beginning to become more organized, as well as a dog bag for all of the dog stuff. We have this light, but we plan on getting another light in the future so that we can have two of these, so that we can have a little bit better ambiance at night. And then we have our water reservoir, which we're probably going to need to get filled today. We've got our back station, which is just to cover up everything, and then dog food area and dog water area. And that's pretty much it. There's not much here. But I got it organized as best as I can, and I'm working on getting it more organized day by day, with the little bits that I can, that I think about and I consider. Like, this wasn't originally here. I bought this within the span of 3 days, just trying to think about how I'm going to organize the car, because I got, my dog brush here, my hairbrush here. There is a bag here that holds some snacks. There's a bag here that holds plastic utensils and the like. This bag is the dog bag that's got dog treats and stuff. Yeah, like I said, over there it just has all my fun stuff. Although this little thingy is gonna go in the trash because I don't need it anymore. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You don't mind me asking? No, I don't. I try to be as transparent with my community as I can be when it comes down to everything that I'm going through. Ooh, nose hair right there. So the reason why I am homeless is because I had friends that I was staying with for about a year. I lost my job a year and a half ago, and since then I have not been able to stand back up. And well, those friends who are no longer my friends because of my actions, because I was being disingenuous, I wasn't being myself, and I was just going for the ride. And I did nothing other than just be a wallflower that was not participating and just kind of being a leech. I ended up hurting the friends that I was staying with because of that, as well as the woman that I loved that I was supposed to move in with. But because we were no longer together, the landlord of the property, who is her uncle that I was supposed to be moving into the RV that she purchased, I wasn't allowed there because we were no longer together. So as it stands, as it is, the only reason why I don't have a house is because of my own dumbass and my own failings. And right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be better, do better, and grow from that. Because if I don't, I'm not going to survive. And I got to do better for the people that actually do care about me, like my community that has tried to try so hard to keep me from drowning. Which, when it comes down to that, I can't give up at this point, because if I give up, the only thing that I'm doing is telling everybody who tried to care about me, who tried to help me, that their efforts didn't mean anything. And I'm just going to slap them in the face because they tried to help me. And I think they deserve better than that, too. So, that's kind of where I'm at. I still have my car, thankfully. I still, I have an amazing community that is helping by donating to things like my GoFundMe, and my PayPal and the like, which has helped me a lot down this path. It's thanks to them that I had the hope, to be able to move forward and get a job. It's because of them that I had the hope. It's because of y'all, that I had the hope enough to keep pushing forward, try to make this car a much more livable space. And I still have hope. Thankfully, I was able to find a full-time job. That was something that was a huge step forward. It's just, right now, I just don't have the knowledge. I am just not smart enough to figure out how I'm going to get a roof over my head, even though I have a job now. Because my credit got ruined by my divorce 5 years ago at this point. Yeah, my credit got ruined by my divorce 5 years ago, which was not the reason why I'm homeless now. But that was one thing that happened. And because of that, I was on a downhill spiral, And It didn't help that I'd lost my job pretty much 2 years ago at this point, and I didn't even lose it in the instance of, I did something wrong. I lost it because I did my job well, which is something I guess I have a lot of trouble reconciling with right now. You know, I did my job. I built their kitchen. I built their systems. I built their menus, and I created everything so that it would be easy for them to have a kitchen manager there. And then they automatically said, after I was done building everything, thank you, too bad, so sad, here's your last paycheck, we're done with you. And I just haven't been able to pick myself up since then. But I'm trying to do so now. I'm trying to just recognize and take accountability and responsibility for what I've done wrong and for what I'm going to do moving forward. Because the only person who's going to do that is me, you know? I can't expect anybody else to sit there and think that they're going to do anything like that for me. What was what place called? If you don't mind me asking, I talked about it a lot, but if you're talking about where I was supposed to go, that was my my ex's uncle's property, where he put the where my ex put her RV on. Where I was beforehand was my roommate's house, or was my friend's, well, now ex-friend's house. Oh, you mean the place that screwed me over? The retirement home that screwed me over was a place called Corvallis Caring Place. And you want to know what's really funny? When I applied for unemployment, which only lasted 6 months, when I applied for unemployment, they tried to tell the unemployment office that the reason why they let me go was because I was negligent at my job. If I was so negligent at my job, why did they have 6 months worth of menus that were able to be rotated to make sure that the residents of that retirement home would never have the same meal every night? Why is it that I was the one that reestablished connection with their supply chain, their chemical supply chain, as well as their equipment supply chain? If I was negligent, why did they let me go as soon as everything was done? Because they thought they could do it without me. That's exactly what I told the unemployment office, and they said, yeah, we're not believing them. Here's your unemployment. Uh-oh. I just had it, and then I dropped it, and I don't know where it went. Oh, don't worry. It's life, you know, Benjamin. It's life. Like I said, I'm just appreciative of the fact that I still have people around me who care. You know, I have community like y'all, and I keep meeting kind people on the daily here that, you know, help me believe in people, help me believe that I can do this. And it is something that I am rightly thankful for. Where the hell did it go? I just had it in my hand, didn't I? I'm so confused. Alright, well, I guess I'll grab my backup one until I can find it. I am confused as to where the fuck I put it. Oh, there it is. God damn it. I'm gonna go back over there then. Good morning, Loki. How are you, my friend? Appreciate you being here. We're just hanging out for a little bit because we're waiting for the gym staff to get to work, or to get to their place, because they're available at 10 a.m. You know, there's more people out there that show that they care than there haven't been in my life, and it is something that I truly am grateful for. You know, yeah. Right on, Loki. Right on. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can get a membership set up today, so that I can take a shower today. And then I'm gonna go get stuff that I need for my work uniform. And then we do have an hour of DoorDash set up for today, thankfully. And if we get that hour of, I'm hoping that after a few days of doing these DoorDashes in an hour, I can start doing more consistent DoorDashes during the morning time where I'm not working. So I can do that DoorDash in the morning, go to work, and then at the after work I can do a stream where I can do some reading for everybody and then go to bed. Hey, what's up, Hades? And Loki is kind. Loki's been here for a long time, and he's been nothing but supportive and amazing. And like I said, I am thankful for every member of my community. I am. What do you mean? What do I mean? What do you mean? What do I mean, Loki? What I mean is you're amazing and I appreciate you. That's what I mean. Just like I appreciate every single one of y'all that are here on my stream, that have liked my stream, that are just hanging out, and you know, any consideration, even just sharing the stream around, is something that I do appreciate. What you looking at? Well, when it comes to protection, I will say that I do have the means to protect myself. I really hope I don't have to. You know, I'm not going to be someone out there that's going to seek the chance to fight somebody because I don't want to. And I don't know why, but Benjamin, I think your comment got filtered by YouTube for some reason, because I only see "Am I just asking?" and the last message I saw from you was yes. That's it. I apologize, Benjamin. I don't know. YouTube's kind of dumb sometimes. So do you use your own car for the job? Yes. I do have my own car for the job. Sorry, I don't have to use my own car for the job. They have a car that I just have to drive around and patrol the parking lot, and that is it. And I appreciate that, Hades. I appreciate your concern. It means a lot. It does. I'm just letting you know that, yes, I do have the means to protect myself. I'm just not, I'm just not somebody who's going to be out there looking for a fight, though. If I can avoid a fight, I will. If I look like a coward, I'm not caring too much about that, because at least I'm alive. And that means more than looking like I'm some tough guy to somebody who wants to find a fight. Honestly, that says more about them than anything. If they're looking for a fight, that more or less says maybe they need some help. Maybe they just need a hug. I can tell you right now, in the times and instances where where I have lost my temper, where I have gotten angry, and I have gotten to a point where I do want to fucking fight somebody, really all I needed was a hug. Really all I needed was someone to listen. That's it. I didn't want to hurt anybody. I didn't want to fight anybody. I just wanted someone to fucking listen. All right. Your phone is about to die? Oh, I'm sorry, Benjamin. Well, hopefully you have a charger nearby. But of course, we are also doing a morning bacon the waking session too. So, one moment. Right on, right on. Boof. So, just so y'all know, I am going to be doing some experimenting giggity here. And today, have you been getting enough food, sleep, and water? Water and food, yes. I will be honest with you, sleeping has been a little bit difficult. I've woken up extremely cold a few times, and I've tried everything that I can to kind of bundle up and get comfortable, fall asleep. It's a little bit difficult on top of the fact that, you know, the back seat of my car isn't the most comfortable, mainly because the seats don't go all the way down completely, so they're at a weird angle. But I have a mattress pad coming in, and once that mattress pad comes in, I believe I can use it to make myself a lot more comfortable. And if I need to modify it, I will modify it, but I'm thinking I'm gonna need to probably buy another mattress pad to make sure it's comfortable in here for Mocha too. No. Yeah, that is definitely one of the issues, and I probably do need to buy another pillow and another comforter so that I can have enough warmth. The only issue with that is I don't want to have too many comforters or anything like that because I'm not going to be able to. I don't have a lot of storage here. But also to be fair, what I'm also going to be doing, whoops, is I'm also going to be purchasing, instead of this stupid fucking suitcase, I'm going to purchase some. Hey, no, some. Hey, Kenny, how are you? Hey, lay down. No, bad girl, lay down. We do not bark at people. We don't. We don't bark at them because we don't need to. Lay down. Lay down, please. Hey. Hey. Lay down. Benjamin, it's okay. You're donating your time, and that in itself is a gift, and it is something that I do appreciate. You know, you being here, you interacting, like I said, simply interacting, talking, and being here, liking the live, sharing the live, all of these things help a lot. So far, luckily, the parking lot that I'm in seems to be very much so people living in their car friendly. Nobody seems to be bothering us. As long as I'm not making a mess, I don't think they're going to be bothering me at all, which I don't make a mess, thankfully. You know, I pack in what I pack out. That's important to me no matter where I'm in, even if I'm not camping. I've also been watching your 10-hour Darksider video. Well, thank you, Loki. I appreciate that because that is something that would help me also greatly is what I'm trying to do here on YouTube is I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube. And the more people who watch my videos, not my shorts, but my videos, that will help me with my watch hours. Although if you do want to watch my shorts, that will also help me. I just need to get up to 3 million views on my shorts. And there is progress thanks to you, Loki, and whoever else has been helping me watch videos on my YouTube channel, because that has all been helping add to the analytics and the stats that I need to be able to monetize my YouTube. So thank you for that. And even though I am in my car, I am working on recording things that are stuff that I can upload onto YouTube as well. You know, storytelling videos, because that's really all I can do in here. I'm actually going to also attempt to instead of just the streams, I'm also going to attempt to record myself reading chapters of this book. So, Benjamin, one of the easiest ways that you can help, like I said, it is as easy as going to my videos on my YouTube channel, watching my YouTube videos, and not my either watching my shorts or my YouTube videos that are not shorts to completion. All of that helps add to me getting the stats that I need to be able to monetize my YouTube. Once my YouTube is monetized, there's a lot of passive money that comes in from that as I post and as people interact with the posts that I have. which is also incredibly helpful. You know, that is one of the free and easy ways that y'all can help me as a content creator continue to rise in this career, because this is my career. No matter what I have to do to make money, this is the career that I want to do for the rest of my life. I will continue to have a full-time job, but I will never stop pursuing being a content creator. Um, but yeah, if you do want to help me, and if you do want to aid in helping this channel get monetized, it's as easy as watching my videos, liking my videos, commenting on my videos, and sharing my videos, as well as liking and commenting and sharing my lives. All of that helps me and costs you absolutely nothing to do, other than your time, which it's in itself is a gift. And I do appreciate that gift. I cherish that, and I thank you for even your consideration. But of course, we are here, you know, bake wakes and talking about whatever, you know, anything that y'all want to talk about, if there's anything on your mind. But if I don't answer your question, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because apparently YouTube's chat filter is really stupid sometimes, and there are certain things that I do not see. I apologize for that. If I don't answer it immediately, you might need to try to rephrase the question, so hopefully I can see it because of YouTube's stupid little comment filter. I tried turning it off by putting the message chat filter to all messages, but for some reason it's still stupid. I am still banned on TikTok until the 24th. So in 3 more days from today, I should be able to go live on TikTok. And depending on how those TikTok lives go, I will... All right, Benjamin, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it, and I hope the rest of your day goes awesome. But yeah, once TikTok goes live again, and if TikTok does go well, which, once again, anybody who's going to bring up the TikTok ban, I'm going to let y'all know. We have no idea how the TikTok ban is going to go. The people who are doing the TikTok ban have no idea how it's going to go. So until we know, I'm not going to, like, stop using it. Yeah, they did give me a reason. You want to know what the reason is? Here's the reason. This is the stuff that doesn't make sense with TikTok and the TikTok ban. I got banned from TikTok because of sexual activity and gender exploitation. That's what the violation was. I was fully clothed, other than showing my head and some neck. And we were talking about video games and movies. Specifically, we were talking about The Thing and Xenomorphs. Where in that conversation there was sexual activity and gender exploitation, I have no fucking idea. I appealed it. I even sent in a feedback form letting them know, hey, this is wrong. Review my goddamn live to see that it is wrong. They denied the appeal in 15 minutes, and the day after, they sent me an email back saying, oh, instead, we're changing the violation to safety and danger guidelines. I'm sorry, what? I wasn't driving. I was cleaning my car with the doors clearly open and me throwing shit away in the trash. And we were talking about video games and movies, and I was fully clothed. TikTok's on some shit. Either way, you know, I'm still going to go live on TikTok as much as I can to try to get more reach and try to get people to other streams like my YouTube streams. And I'm going to start to try to go live on Twitch as well, just so that I can continue to reach out to the community that I have on there. I have no idea. I have no idea how talking about video games is a safety violation. The last time I got that was because I forgot to turn the camera on my phone while I was driving, so it wouldn't see that I was driving. But I was also told that you can do streams while driving as long as you have this on a stable stand and you are not looking at the screen. And as long as I don't really... But either way, I don't think driving, I don't think streaming while driving is something that I will do just because I don't feel comfortable with it in general. If anything, I would like do intermittent streams while I am not driving. If I do stream while doing like, if I do the point of view, DoorDash style streams, I don't know if I want to do those ones. I'm not sure. If anything, I might record, but that's about it. But even if I'm recording, I'm still not looking at the screen. But yeah, no, I just I want to do more IRL streams of me just doing stuff, whenever it once the weather clears up and we're into spring because I have a feeling that I am going to be in I haven't seen Chef in a little bit, but I think that's only because, he's East Coast and right now, if I remember correctly, see it is right now he's at work, so he's probably not going to be able to show up. And the times that I've been going live, he's not been able to, be here because he's either asleep or at work. So I can't really blame him for that. But we have been talking on Discord here and there. He's doing okay. He's frustrated with shit, but he's doing okay. I'm hoping that, once I actually get a roof over my head and I get my computer back, I can be more regular talking with him and everything will be a little bit better. Just still trying to wrap my head around how I'm going to do that part. Yes. Yes, Hades. The thing is, people will find almost anything attractive. There's a reason why rule numerical 3, numerical 4 is a thing. And yes, I have to say it that way for a reason. But some people be freaky. And they're not kink shaming, but they're into all kinds of things, It's not just xenomorphs that are there that are weird. And you know what? All power to them. If they like it, they like it. Yes. We've covered this, Hades. People are just heathens. We are all heathens. Even the most virtuous of us are heathens. Well, like I said, Hades, we ain't here to kink shame. Everybody likes whatever. Me, I'm into ladies with glasses, but whatever. How does that even work? I don't know. I kind of don't want to know. This conversation leads into something that's very dangerous for some people to chime in and be like, hey, I know. Well, I don't want to know. There are some things that I just don't want to know. And that's one of them. I'm into goth crazy women. I mean, who isn't? Who isn't? Who doesn't like women with glasses or that classic librarian look? I mean, there are some people who don't. It ain't everybody's bag. I'm just saying, one of my, I guess if you want to call it a kink, one of my kinks is ladies in glasses. I don't know what it is. I just find it incredibly attractive. But that's just me. Other people may have other reasons. Hoy. All right. We're just packing some palm trees. You prefer emo women over goth women because goth women would curse me and sacrifice me to whatever god they believe in. Okay, okay. Let's put this to rest here. Not every goth is into the occult. You know, not every goth is into the occult. I'm just saying, some of them are just into more nihilistic style outlooks, which might lean into more alternative style, but at the same time, it really does depend, you know? I'm not really an expert when it comes to those labels though, so I guess you got to take what I have to say with a grain of salt. So there is that. I'll more let the lady explain themselves and who they think they are so that I can just understand them a little better. You know, everybody's a little bit different. Everybody's got different perspectives and points of views. Hey, you. Hey, you. Hi. You know you don't need... I 100% understand the sentiment. All right. And you. I don't need you to be barking at anybody, all right? You're doing good, though, by just being observant and being quiet, so that's good. Why are y'all honk? Why do y'all always have to honk? Everybody's always so, like, everybody's so angry at that corner. It's like, great, someone isn't moving as quickly as you want them to, but you're honking, doesn't help. Well, I guess sometimes it does, especially if they're asleep. I guess it depends on the instance. I'm just saying, there are some people, though, you can tell, you can almost tell they honk in anger. If that makes sense. Why don't you get a card to make what legal? To make palm trees legal? Um, I live in Oregon, brother. It's legal here. I just don't show it on camera because it's just something that I'm trying not to show on camera as often to make myself more easily marketable for anybody who may want to be a sponsor sometime in the future. There are things that sponsors look for, you know? Since when? Palm trees have been legal in Oregon for about six years now. You haven't needed a card to get anything for about 6 years now. It's not in every state, but in most states it is legal. Yes, Texas is one of the ones that has been fighting legislation and decriminalization of cannabis. But here in Oregon, it is 100% legal. I'm just doing my best not to show it on camera and not referring it to directly as, you know, its slang name or anything like that, specifically for the fact that I'm trying to make myself more marketable as a content creator, because sponsors don't Sponsors are more apt to approach you if you're not somebody who, does it in front of the camera, who doesn't drink in front of the camera, who isn't someone that could be considered a liability. And that is what sponsors are looking for, someone who is safe to use as a spokesperson. And I'm hoping one day I can find someone who'll be willing to hire me as a spokesperson or a sponsee to be a content creator, because that is a huge step forward other than getting my YouTube monetized. Because I also do have my TikTok is monetized, my YouTube is my TikTok is monetized, my Twitch is monetized. I have a Patreon, but getting YouTube monetized, which would be passive income, would be very, very helpful while I try to build up my Patreon, which is going to be incredibly difficult being in the car, but I'm going to try to figure something out. Yes, it is still technically illegal federally, which is another reason why, um, you know, apps like TikTok, I doubt he would. I'm not necessarily somebody who's in the hip hop industry or anything like that, but I do love Snoop Dogg. And if he were to reach out to me for me to do anything, any kind of collaboration or whatever, I would be there. I would be there in a freaking heartbeat. Marketable face aside, being with Snoop Dogg, showing up on Snoop Dogg's podcast or whatever, and anything like that, that's more marketable than not being a smoker. That's when being a smoker is marketable. But I doubt that. I mean, like, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't ever say no, but I doubt that would ever happen. How? Because at that point, it would be brands based around um, cannabis that would be reaching out for sponsorship. And within that, that is something that can be marketable and profitable. But that's a very niche market. And it's only if there's a hand that reaches out that allows you to get into that market, especially being a nobody like my face, that will get you in that door. But unless you're in that door, you want to keep yourself as safe as possible to be marketable as a content creator if this is a route that you want to go. Because once again, most sponsors, unless of course they are specifically cannabis based, will not want to see a content creator be a cannabis smoker on stream. It's much safer to see you as someone who drinks energy drinks, who plays games, and the like. In a sense, it would be, but the fact is, because of how small it is, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of networking that is easily done in that instance, making it so that you have more reach because of the amount of people that are essentially, or the small amount of people, the niche amount of people that are in that market that do market those kind of products. It's not exactly a monopoly in a sense because there are multitudes of LLCs and corporations that are essentially part of that particular business. It's just a matter of the fact there aren't that many creators out there that have the ability to have reach in that particular instance while not towing the line, while towing the line of a TOS of a platform and not essentially risking being silenced. There's a lot of factors involved, especially if you want to be a successful content creator. I'm not one yet, but I know I want to be one, and it's not going to be easy. There's a lot of things that are going to be left up to chance, which is why ultimately, when it comes down to it, I need to have the means to feed myself, do what I need to do. I need the means to make money, which helped me realize that, once again, it doesn't matter what I do to make money. That is never going to define me as a person. What matters is, am I going to allow that to be my reason for living, or am I going to allow that to be a tool for me to pursue my reason for living? And that is what it is for me. Any job that I have, any means I have to make money is nothing more than a means to an end, so that I can continue to pursue this, continue to pursue being a content creator, continue to try to be an entertainer, a voice actor, something along these lines, and I was about to say get my mouth out there, but get my face out there. Now, I'm not really picky about how I do it. The only thing that I refuse to do is to fall in line to racist generalizations, because I just have neither the patience nor inclination to do so. But that's it. Other than that, if it's punching up, I will punch up until my fucking knuckles are bloody. Will you stop biting your nails? Hey, quit it. But yeah. Like, one of the things that I never would have done beforehand, which is something that I'm actually doing now, is I'm doing little skits both on TikTok and on YouTube based around a character I call the Not Hero. Because he's not a hero, but for some reason everybody thinks he is. But because I'm in my car and I have the setting to do so, I might actually do another little short skit thing that's a little more dramatic. Because I can kind of do it in my car. And it's going to be cheesy as fuck, and I don't give a fuck. But it'll be a start to doing something, right? Better than nothing. And I can actually tie it into a series that I already started that I never got to continue because I ran out of time. I was in my car. I'm in my car now, and I can't really do it without the proper editing tools and ability to do so, which sucks. But in my car, I might actually continue. If you look on my YouTube, there's only episode 1, but it's episode 1 of a series that I wanted to start, and it's actually based off of a video game concept that I one day want to create, known as Kaiju After. Kaiju After is actually, its setting is about our world here today, and what would happen if a kaiju actually appeared. If not one, but 3 kaiju would appear all at once, causing ecological disaster one after another, eventually leading into economic collapse and the like. But these kaiju, even if they're defeated, there is something that is also never actually talked about, thought of, or even considered. One of my main goals with the whole Kaiju After series is still actually to reintroduce the horror aspect of kaiju movies, because giant monster movies didn't used to be about the giant monster fighting scenes and the giant monster action. It used to be about the horror of this giant monster coming in, the unknown, the mysterious, the questions that weren't answered, with this gigantic creature rampaging and destroying and killing everything. That aspect is something I want to bring back to the concept of kaiju. And the whole point of Kaiju After is actually it's following a character named Arthur Cheong. Arthur Cheong, who was actually originally chosen for a task force that was studying ecological disasters that were occurring one after another. 3 specific events were meant to occur. After these events occurred, kaiju would actually make landfall and they would be killed. But what happens afterwards is what humanity was not ready for, because kaiju are incredibly large. More often than not, they're roughly the size of a small island. Now think about a creature that large. If it existed within the ocean for a certain period of time, it in itself, in its size, would become a zoological biome of different creatures, of parasites and the like, that would grow to live, evolve, and change on that creature as they existed onto it. Now imagine that creature making landfall and being killed. Now all of these creatures that may have never been seen once before in the world are on land, in an environment they'd never been on before. And depending on, and imagine how adaptable creatures can be within that particular instance. There are parasites and creatures that will have lived upon that kaiju that are both on the outside and on the inside of this creature. As well as, think about the cellular structure of this creature. Being a kaiju, being incredibly, impossibly large. To be able to push the interworkings of that cellular structure would require multicellular structures to compound upon that within its basic functions, like white blood cells and red blood cells. Something that's also not necessarily considered within the idea of kaiju, but something that I want to bring into with this series, which would in turn bring in a multitude of different aspects: disease, mutation, new creatures, invasive species, chaos that would be spreading upon every which area in which these creatures would have made landfall on and would have been destroyed or killed upon, including the zoological effects as well as the ecological effects upon the environment in the oceans itself with the emergence of these gigantic creatures. Like I said, a lot of things that I want to introduce and consider within this series. And one of those things essentially within the story of Kaiju After would essentially lead Arthur Cheong to have to survive in a world where there was no longer society, where everything was broken down, and it was essentially a post-apocalyptic world where there was, there was essentially some form of mutagenic disease that came from the kaiju after it died that started to infect general populace. There are parasitic life forms that have been essentially farming people to contribute and continue their evolution and lifestyle, along with other things. And I want to try to do that series, like a mini series of that, in my car, because it would almost feel like I could do it in this environment, at night with the lamplight and everything covered up, just being like, this is entry day 1, surviving on the road, attempting to survive the aftermath of the kaiju landfall. Entry 1 would be the introduction, where I would tell the story of what happened and where I was. And I still want to continue the Kaiju After from episode 1 when I do get to a place that I can edit. You should be an author. Well, Loki, one thing to note, 1 second. Okay, cool. One thing I will let you know is if you ever do decide to be a Patreon sub, I am still trying to write it, and I believe it's in December, December 27th. I should be getting my hands on a small, excuse me, tiny laptop with a keyboard. And if I can find like a little desk thing that I can put on my lap, then I can use that. And I'm going to use that to continue to write the book that I was writing, because I am writing a book. I'm actually writing a book series known as the Monoborn Chronicles. I think I settled on that name at this point. But the Monoborn Chronicles, which is going to be a 7 to 8 book series. The first book I actually have already started writing, and the first 2 chapters are available for any Patreon sub who is a paid Patreon sub, of course, at any level, which you can start as low as $3. Um, you will be able to actually read the first 2 chapters, and I'm actually uploading chapter by chapter as I finish them. I was almost finished with chapter 3 before I became homeless. But once I get my hands on that laptop, I will start writing that book as well. Oh, yeah, no, I have that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get some water, and I'm going to talk about this. And welcome back, Benjamin. Not necessarily because I'm talking about them in a way that is so vague, and me posting them on Patreon because they are paid for to be able to read actually has a rudimentary copyright license on it. Meaning that if anybody attempted to take the names and the concept of what I am writing based off of that, if it is close enough, I can sue them. And the funny thing is, Patreon actually has a support team that helps you with copyright lawsuits like that, which is awesome. But anyways, so when it comes down to the zombie idea, I actually do have a book series based around zombies as well, that is essentially based around the idea very similar to not The Last of Us, but I forgot the name of the so I forgot the name of the book. I don't actually have a name for the book series of the zombie book series, but I forgot the name of the movie series that inspired this. But oh no, it's based off of I Am Legend. That's right. That's the book series a book and movie series that I am basing my books off of, essentially, or inspired my books off of. So it's based off of a basic cure for the common cold. And it was not a vaccination. No, it was a full-on cure that would eradicate the common cold from existence. Or at the very least, that's what it believed to have been done. This eventually turns into a virus that changes people into infected. Infected that would be incredibly fast, incredibly violent, all of the like, much like 28 Days Later. This would eventually lead to deterioration of the body, but not deterioration of certain functions within the brain, leading to a necrotized brain that is semi-preserved, as well as endocrine system that is somewhat preserved, that leads into the undead stage or the zombie stage. The first book would actually follow a one of the last remaining Marine platoons. I don't know, I use Marines a lot in my books, in the book concepts that I have, because I guess I just like the idea of using Marines for those concepts. Um, but it is one of the last Marine platoon strike forces that was essentially assigned to finding Patient Zero, or at the very least, finding the professor or finding the virologist that created the virus in the first place. And this strike team would eventually make their way into the city, find the doctor, and over this particular process, they would find out that the virus is changing even further, that the undead stage was nothing more than what the professor would call a cocoon stage for the virus, for it to completely change whatever they infected into something different, leading into the next book of that zombie series, because that's only the first book. The next book of that zombie series, which would, I actually have names for the books already. So the first book is Infection. The second book is known as Mutation. And the last book is known as The King. Because the first book, we learn about the infection, we learn about the professor, we find the professor, and there is a inclination of something that leads into the second book, which is Mutation, where we learn about the different mutations, the different classifications of mutations, and how the last remnants of humanity have adjusted in an attempt to survive against the mutations that have occurred. And then The King, which is the final book that I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about, because that one is going to be kind of a mystery. I already know how I'm going to do that one, but The King is going to be very different comparative to a lot of zombie storybooks. But in all honesty, Kaiju After in itself is somewhat of a infected or zombie story. It's not just infected people. There are also parasitic organisms that adapted from oceanic life to amphibious life, and as well as others that have completely changed to terrestrial. There are creatures that came from the same depths that the kaiju came from that eventually emerge onto land, because they essentially were hatched from being unleashed, and they are not essentially aquatic, they are just born aquatic and become terrestrial. There are a lot of different species that would be introduced in the Kaiju After series. One of the main protagonists in the Kaiju After series, though, would be the fact that not only is the environment of Earth changing because of the Kaiju landfall and the Kaiju bodies and everything that they brought with them, but obviously, like I said, there is also an infection in this particular story that is infecting humanity and causing them to mutate and change as well. And there are few vestiges of humanity that are still left in Kaiju After, in the point of the story that I'm gonna probably do a little bit of like a mini YouTube series and technically TikTok series on. But yeah. Mm. Oh, baby girl, I love you. But the book series that I'm writing, that is known as the Monoborn Chronicles, which is an 8 to 7 book series right now. That particular book, the first book, which is available on Patreon, is known as The Well. And this particular book series actually is about specifically our world, once again, where magic actually did exist. The stories, our myths, our legends, our folk tales, all of them are actually true in some way, but perverted in telling through manipulation, through manipulation of history and time as well as through a curse. And the first book actually essentially entails this magic and everything from that time coming back to our world. And that's what that book series is about. With each main character being a reincarnation of a hero from myth, legend, and folklore. Kind of like a mixture of Percy Jackson and Artemis Fowl, but much darker, much drearier, and I'm not using, let's put it this way, I'm not using your typical media overhyped characters, except for maybe one of them. And that's only because they are the greatest character in history, in my opinion. Well, actually, probably two of them. Two of them for the sake of recognizability and because, once again, they are the greatest characters in history. But I think I am going to end the live for now. We'll be live again later, but I am going to go to the bank, withdraw some money. Gonna go to the gym and apply for a membership so I can take a shower, and then come back here and go to Walmart, and we are going to buy pants, maybe some more black shirts, like nondescript black shirts, and belts, because we need a belt for our uniform. Are you okay? All right. Either way, everybody, did you just eat too much? Is that what that is? Here, I want to make sure that you get enough water. Here. All right, everybody. I will be back. Like I said, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out for today, for the morning wake and bake stream. And I will see you guys next time, in probably about 3 to 4 hours. If not, I'll probably be door dashing, and I'll see you guys after I go door dashing. And at that point, we'll be probably setting up for our next chapter of the Dragons. All right, my friends, I will see you then. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.